Telegraph now, Leo, and the unusual priorities, as you mentioned earlier, of the Green Party in Leeds and now in Bristol as well, under scrutiny.
Yes, a second Green Party councillor has come under fire, not literal fire, we should be clear about that, after calling Israel an oppressor in the wake of the October the 7th terror attacks. So this is Abdul Malik in a Facebook post a few days after the Hamas terrorists killed around 1,200 Israeli citizens. Malik claimed the massacre was not a sudden crisis and Palestinians have endured oppression for 75 years. Relatively tame, considering some of the other stuff that's been said. I mean, I think what was said by the other... what was said by the other Green Party candidate, who, obviously the video has gone viral. Moth in alley. So, he, as soon as he was voted in, as soon as he was announced as the victor, he shouted Allah Akbar, and it turned out that he'd also said that Palestine had the right to resist and
this
the right
to
fight back.
7th,
this was on October the 7th, and he described a Jewish chaplain at the University of Leeds who was forced into hiding by threats. He was part of the mob that was stirring up emotion against him. He described him as an animal.
It was kind of animal.
Also said that chaplain wanted to kill women and children. I mean, this is pretty horrific stuff for any... I mean, honestly, the far right, the actual neo-Nazis must be looking at the Green Party and be like, who does their PR? This is amazing. How do they get away with this? It's just unbelievable.
Well, the word is obviously entryism, isn't it? That they have essentially used the Green Party. There's a famous, tweet about what the left do, which is, kill a well-established institution, wear its skin as a suit, this is what you do, you turn. But they've done this to the Green Party, essentially. They moved in, completely gutted it of any environmental concerns and used it as
it's what they did for Labour. I mean, Ed Miliband made that stupid £3 anybody could join thing in the vote. They got in Corbyn, and then Labour became institutionally racist and broke the law discriminating against Jews. Since then, about 100,000 or a bit more have left. I would say a good bulk of them are anti-Semitic, and a bunch of them have gone over to the Greens now. They're going to probably do the same there. And where do they keep on going?
I mean, it's similar to what Warren Buffett did with Berkshire Hathaway, to be fair. That was a paper mill, I think, originally, and it became the world's largest investment corporation. But, And
it's also similar to what happened in Iran when in the Iranian Revolution, when they deposed the monarchy there. So the Islamists allied with the leftists to get into power. So the leftists helped them, depose the monarchy. And then once the Islamists were in power, what happened to the leftists? They got executed. So, the Green Party, the left in the West, are just useful idiots.
Absolutely, they're extraordinarily ruthless. I mean, there are all those famous cartoons about, or when do I get my free, tractor or whatever. Or just down by that ditch.
The more interesting,
you just kneel down there and it'll be along shortly.
The more interesting question is when are this sort of Muslim vote that has been lost by Labour, won by the Greens and by various other parties, George Galloway's party. When will they create their own party? And what success will they see? There's already been some independents around Blackburn.
Not for some years yet, I think. It's just working very nicely for them at the moment.
In the 80s,
deniability,
In the 80s, there was a Party of Islam. I think more recently they applied to set up a Party of Islam, but the one in the 80s didn't last long because they had policies I think one of their policies was to kill Salman Rushdie.
I think it's a good thing that when it does happen, the policies will be out in the open. And then it becomes about democracy.
Anyway, John.